Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethcahoon3 at gmail.com on PayPal. Or otherwise you can look me up on YouTube and scroll down to the very bottom till you get to the creative playlists so you can watch the videos that I watch on a daily basis. This one here is about justice denied. Arnold Roth's 25-year fight for justice in his daughter's murder, accountability for a Hamas terrorist. This week is the 25th anniversary of one of the most horrific terror attacks in Israel during what is referred to as the Second Intifada. During this period, from late 2000 through the first half of 2005, more than 1,000 Israelis were killed and several thousand wounded as a result of countless Palestinian Arab suicide bombings, shootings, stabbings and more. While hardly a week went by without some such terror attack, the August 9th, 2001 bombing of the Sbarro pizza restaurant in central Jerusalem remains one of the most vivid and vulgar still today. Among the dozens killed and injured, 15-year-old Malky Roth was one of the victims from whom justice is yet to be served. Since then, her father, Arnold Roth, has worked tirelessly to bring the mastermind of his daughter's murder to justice. Roth discussed this in a powerful and emotionally charged conversation on Inspiration from Zion, marking the anniversary of his daughter's murder and his continued efforts to bring the terrorist mastermind to justice. The conversation reveals not only the enduring pain of a grieving father, but also a scathing critique of international inaction, Jordanian defiance, and American reluctance to enforce its own laws. On August 9, 2001, Hamas terrorist Ablam Tamimi, then a 21-year-old Jordanian journalism student, deliberately targeted the Sbarro pizzeria because it was filled with Jewish children. Tamimi was not the bomber, but the one who selected the site and guided the Hamas suicide bomber there, carrying a guitar case filled with explosives and shrapnel to maximize the carnage. 15 people were killed immediately, including Malky, an American Israeli citizen. 1,300 were wounded. Roth described the period leading up to the attack as tense, but not yet the peak of the Second Intifada violence. Had he known that Malky and her best friend were going in the centre of town to take a quick lunch, he said his wife, Freemat, would have said, "Don't go." Tamimi was arrested and tried in an Israeli military court, where she probably confessed to the crime. Roth noted chillingly she admitted joyously with a smile on her face that chilled the three judges. Yet in 2011, as part of the Gilead Shalit prisoner exchange, Israel released 1,027 terrorists, including Tamimi. The Roths were only informed of her impending release by a phone call from an Israeli official the morning after the deal was announced. Since her release, Tamimi has lived openly in Jordan as a celebrity hosting a television program that glorifies terrorism and incites violence against Jews. Roth described her transformation. She became a phenomenal performer for the promotion of the redemptive value of killing Jews. That is a compelling story. Other than the unthinkable loss of his daughter, the core of Roth's frustration lies in the failure of the United States to secure Tamimi's extradition and to bring her to justice. Malky was an American citizen, and the US has both an extradition treaty with Jordan and domestic law allowing prosecution of terrorists who murdered Americans abroad. Charges were filed against Tamimi in 2013 and unsealed in 2017. Despite this, Jordan has refused to comply, citing a technicality in the treaty that Roth and the legal experts dismiss as a self-invented loophole. and the United States has failed to insist of Jordan's compliance. Roth's expressed deep disillusionment with the US response in a recent letter from a senior US official. He was told the administration was doing more than any other to bring Tamimi to justice. His reaction was blunt. I'm flabbergasted. They're telling me things that I know that I tell them. He added, no Attorney General, no senior figure has ever responded to us. The United States has betrayed its own values. Roth emphasised that the issue transcends personal grief. If we fail to act in the face of grotesquely open and provocative actions by individuals and countries who twist terrorism, then we're all lost. He rejected pity as a motivator since instead calling for the defence of core principles. Hug your children, remember what we can do. We're different, and if we're different, we've got to guard that difference. The conversation also addressed media complicity. Roth criticised BBC Arabic for platforming Tamimi and promoting narratives that glorify her actions. He has worked with media watchdog Camera to expose these issues and highlight the broadcaster's willful failures, if not compliance. At the 25th anniversary of Malky's murder, the Roths have launched a petition urging the US Secretary of State to enforce the extradition treaty and bring Tamimi to justice in America. Roth stressed this reality as an effort to bite my wife and me. We need as many signatures as we can get. Roth's message is both personal and universal. The failure to extradite Tamimi represents more than bureaucratic inertia. It signals a troubling willingness to subordinate justice and to political convenience. For Roth, this is not merely about one terrorist or one family. It is about whether the United States and the international community will uphold the values of accountability, truth, and the protection of innocent life. The 25th anniversary of the Sapporo bombing and Malky Roth's murder come a month before the 25th anniversary of September 11th terror attack on the United States soil, killing 3,000. The attacks took place thousands of miles apart, but the same Islamic terrorist ideology is the perpetrator. For justice and in memory of the victims, we cannot sit by and allow those who carried out these acts to walk free, especially where there is law in place to bring them to justice. As Israel and the Jewish world prepare to commemorate the anniversary of Sapporo attack on August 9th, there have been hopeful developments, but Roth knows better than to get his hopes up too much. After all these years of denied justice, but it is not just about Israel and the Jewish world. Bringing terrorists who murder Americans to justice is a global issue. Roth's words serve as a sobering reminder true justice remains elusive, but the fight for it must continue. He refused to let his daughter's memory be erased or her murder celebrated. Their call is clear: sign the petition, demand action, and reject the normalization of terror. You can sign the petition on the All Israel News website, and I'll try and put the link below in the description. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.